Hey there, my name's David. On this episode, I want to teach you how to cultivate dedication and motivation. It's something I've been working on for many years now. And when I started this YouTube channel 5 years ago, the whole purpose of the channel was to be a health weight loss channel and how to really get your health back. And back then, I took it slow, but I wasn't at a place where I was just missing a lot of the skills and tool sets, and just wasn't ready to be an authority on the topic. And now I feel like I'm ready to really help a lot of people with this. So for losing weight, or even just using dedication and motivation to do anything in life, whether it's building a new career, or like getting that promotion at work, or being a better dad, or a mother, or a brother, or whatever it is, it takes more than just a natural born talent to do this kind of thing. There's no talent involved when it comes to being motivated to do anything, or having dedication to follow through with it. So dedication, simply put, is a combination of skills, different skills that build up to be this giant snowball that's rolling down the hill that just can't be stopped. And it starts with just that tiny little snowball, and as you start rolling it, it gets so much momentum, it can't be stopped. And that's how you have to treat dedication to anything. Now, motivation comes in is usually if you watch a motivational video, or maybe like yesterday, I found this amazing song that just gets me pumped up. But I know a month from now, it won't get me pumped up as much as the first time. I'll still like to listen to it, but I won't want to listen to it 20 times in a row, that kind of thing. So motivation is fleeting, and before I wasn't really embracing motivation. I'd be like, oh, you need to cultivate your dedication and that's it. But now I'm actually of the opposite mindset, where anything that motivates you, you just take that and run with it and really push yourself to roll that snowball up as much as you can while that motivation's there. And once that motivation goes away, you're left with a bigger snowball that you can then continue to push and roll down the hill. And once you get your dedication to something, whatever it is, so in this case of this channel, like weight loss, or in the case of like my other channel is building up my rare fruit garden and building up my YouTube channel and replacing my income and all this, because I used to work in another industry and I'm kind of building up my business now from scratch. It's the same thing. You want to build up this dedication to a point where you just can't be stopped, and you won't be stopped by, whether it's me on YouTube with all the haters and the hate comments, or even if you're just trying to lose weight. I see like on these forums on Facebook, people will post like, oh, here's my results, I've lost 5 pounds in the last month, and then people will start ripping them down for saying like, oh, well, you could lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds and that's not good enough or whatever. Like, that kind of stuff's going to come. There's always garbage in this world, and you just have to accept that there is the garbage and use your dedication to push through it. Okay, so dedication is not a talent. You didn't get born with dedication or motivation. These are all cultivated skills. So how do we cultivate these skills? So the absolute first step is to identify what is your end goal. So if we're talking weight loss here, then your end goal is to lose, say in my case, like I lost 100 pounds. So when I was at 259 pounds, and I'd be like, okay, I want to lose 100 pounds, so I'd be 159 pounds. Okay, that's my end goal. Then you start to work backwards and you start filling in the blanks. Like, just look around, what are other people doing? Okay, people do CrossFit or biking or skiing or running, and you can kind of fill in all these blanks, and then you realize like, okay, I don't like to do CrossFit, or I don't like to bike. And so you can fill in like, okay, I enjoy running, I enjoy playing basketball, or whatever it is. And you can kind of fill in some of those activities. But to actually get the determination to compound, you actually have to figure out the end goal, and then you go back to the start. And the start, you need to identify just the smallest things that would start to get you just one step, 1 inch towards that goal. And sure, that's a big goal to lose 100 pounds, but the first step would be, today I'm going to go dig out my running shoes from the closet that I haven't put on in 5 years, or whatever it is. That's like the first goal. And the next goal is you're actually going to put them on and you're going to go walk around the block. So these are tiny things that anyone can do, aside from if you're like, stuck in a bed all day and you can't move, then you're really going to have an uphill battle. But you could still do things towards that. Maybe it's actually rolling out of bed or whatever it is. Like, it may sound crazy, but there's always something you can do. If you can't run, then walk. You can't walk, then crawl. Like, do whatever you can. And once you start getting just these tiny, tiny baby steps towards it, it will start to compound in a way that is just so fundamentally amazing, because it transforms your inner identity and your soul, and you'll start to identify as this person who is this person on this journey that's going to achieve this goal, and not this lazy schmuck over here who just can't do it and is just a loser or a fool or whatever negative self-talk that you have. We've all been there. I've had so much negative self-talk, and I'm someone who, even from an early age, I always prided myself on having determination. My quote in my school yearbook is, "My mind is my reality." That is my quote from my 18 years old in my school yearbook. But sadly, I fell off that path somewhere along my line here, and gained the weight. Part of it's society, parts this, parts that. But when it comes down to it, just if you blame everyone else for everything, you can't achieve anything you want in life. You have to accept responsibility for where you are in life, and once you accept responsibility for everything that has gone right or wrong, then you can actually make steps to move forward. Because once you accept responsibility, then you're in control again. You have control over your own life. And so you need to, that would be the second point. I think getting the first steps first, putting the running shoes on and going for a walk is huge, because it'll snap your psyche, and you'll just be like, whoa, actually, this is not my normal routine, and actually this could actually work. And so you start doing that every day, then that suddenly changes your, who your identity is, because you're like, oh, I never used to do that every day. I wouldn't go for a walk or whatever. And then you can start to compound things. So then you start eating more vegetables, then you start increasing your time walking, then you start running, and then you start swimming, and then you join a running group, and then it just compounds in a way that is just, it's amazing. But you have to take those first steps, and it's all just a skill, and anyone can do this. This is not like I don't have some special skill that has made me get here. There's some special talent. It's just compounding skills and just being so sick and tired of just life sucking so bad that you just want it so bad, and that's it. That's the only thing I don't know how to help people cultivate, is how to have the want, because sometimes people they want it, but they don't really want it. And I don't know if it's just a certain amount of pain that you have to experience in your life before you just have to say enough's enough. I won't accept this anymore. I don't know what that is. So once you've got some progress on your baby steps, then the next step to what I'd really like you to do, if you have like sorry, we're in cougar check here. And what I'd really like you to do is get like a notebook or notepad, just a piece of paper and a pen, and every day, I saw this on a YouTube comment, someone wrote this out there, and it's just brilliant, it's so good. You write what I'm happy about in life, what I'm not happy about in life, and my tasks. That's it. And you put 3 things for what you're happy about, 3 things you're not happy about, and then just write out all the tasks that you want to get done for that day. And you will be amazed how many things you get done when you actually put this into an action plan on a piece of paper. When you manifest stuff in real life onto a piece of paper, it's just absolutely incredible what happens in this world. Like we will move the world to make these things happen, and at the end of the day you get that big dopamine rush of achieving the list of things on your task list towards your goal. I mean, this can be your whole daily task, like go to work, take the kids to soccer, go for the run, blah blah blah, and like it will just start to move you in ways towards your goal that it'll change your life. And it's such a simple thing. I wish I could remember who wrote that comment. I really want to like shake their hand in person, because it's just, I do this every single day. Keep moving here because the light keeps chasing. So the next thing I want you to do is, once you have your task list and you have a bit of a routine where you're actually getting out there and starting to get towards your goal, and you're starting to get progress, you want to just build on this, obviously, but there'll be a point somewhere in there where something happens, because this is life. Like grandpa dies, or your friend gets run over by a truck and his leg's broken and you got to go help him, or your kid gets sick, or whatever it is. Life happens, and you're going to get demotivated, you're going to get sad, and it's going to snap you out of this state where you've been in this really awesome flow of moving towards your weight loss goal, or whatever goal you want to use these techniques for, and you're going to have a hard time getting back to that. So you really need, I find trigger songs work really good, which is kind of contradictory to another video I made, but it's true. If you have amazing songs that you love that put you in a certain state, and they found this with a lot of old timers out there who haven't listened to a song in 40 years and they're depressed in their old folks' home, and you put on some song of the Beatles from the 50s and they just pep right up and start dancing around in the old folks' home, because these songs are triggered in on they're attached to emotions from these times. So a lot of times it's like wartime songs or something like that. But if you can find a song that makes you feel so happy, or maybe it's like a wedding song or whatever it is, where it's just, it makes you feel so good. Have those songs on deck ready, so when that moment happens, when, you know, crap hits the fan, you can play that. Maybe I should get out of the woods. There's something back there. You want to play that song so it'll snap you out of that state. Because it comes down to it, whenever we're in a bad mood, it is a state, and a state can be changed in an instant. All you have to do is, it's like the Tony Robbins special. You get up and you just go, "Rah!" And just like, you smile and cheer or roar, just do something that's absolutely ridiculous that you would never do, and it will snap you out of your current state. And then you'll kind of laugh because it's ridiculous. And then you put a big smile on your face because you're like, wow, that was kind of silly but fun, and now I feel good. So you can use that too. That's another technique. You change your state, you know, just, it's a little hard to do with camera, just like, rah! Like something like that, which maybe that scares that bear away, or a cougar, whatever that is over there. Maybe it's a mountain biker, I don't know. But change your state whenever you're in a bad mood or whatever. I find songs, a really good song that attach to a good memory, or, you know, something that makes you want to dance, and also doing that technique, the Tony Robbins one. These are key, and you need to remember these for when these moments happen. Okay, so we got out of there so we don't get eaten by a bear. The last one is you need to learn to love yourself. And this might seem weird for dedication and motivation, but when it comes down to it, there'll be a point when you start to just really respect and feel good about yourself after you start achieving, you know, maybe you lost 50 out of those 100 pounds. And then you'll start to feel like, what's that feeling? And that's the feeling of you starting to love yourself. And once you actually love yourself, then you can really just dive right into the deep end, and you'll really start to feel like true fulfillment and joy. And that fulfillment and joy that comes from achieving something great, whether it's weight loss or building a business or building some volcano project for your son that took 3 weeks or whatever it is, the feeling is so good that it will give you so much extra motivation and determination to push forward on all other projects in your life, or that if it's a continuing project like weight loss. And so it's like the kind of like the big push once you get your snowball rolling down the hill. Once that self-love comes in, it's usually kind of halfway. That's how I find it. I don't know, let me know in the comments below if you've ever felt this or when you feel this in this process. But about halfway it starts to come in, and if you really just like tap into that, you'll just get the huge push and really make that giant snowball. And then once it starts tipping over the mountain, like, it can't be stopped. That's it. It's game over. You will achieve your goal because you can't be stopped at that point. And that's just the best feeling, was when you've done it yourself, and that's it. The final point I want to make on dedication and motivation is, I find once you start putting out not only more energy and push into your own craft or whatever your goal is, but you start pushing it out to other people, I find that energy will come back to you. Now, this probably sounds like a bunch of voodoo magic or whatever, but it just seems like the more that you want to help other people, say you lost 50 pounds and you start helping other people, that just amazing things will open up or happen to you. And in my case, like, the more I've been doing this and just trying to help as much and give as much value back to the world, I start just meeting new people that really just been like a real incredible change to my life. And this almost seems to happen like on a weekly basis or whatever. And just now, while filming this, this guy just came by who's picking mushrooms, and we just had a really amazing chat about all sorts of things, the history of town and mushrooms and stuff, and how kind of social media is changing people and stuff. But it's just these interactions, for whatever reason, however the universe works, the more you give to the world, the more the world will give back to you. So hopefully this video helps you out. Hopefully it helps cultivate your dedication and motivation. And remember, it's a skill you can learn and not a talent. Much respect to everyone out there, and until next one, have a good one.